Nickname is Nikki, but my name ain't Nicole. Name ain't Nicole.
If you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki. Today's video is going to be another look, only because I was supposed to do these looks last week, but life happened, so I didn't get to do any of them, including my face dry Friday. I mean, I still did the look for the face dry, but I didn't record it. So this look, I did it last week. I didn't post it though, because, yeah, again, life happened. So I'm going to recreate it, or attempt to recreate it, because I didn't even take pictures of it. I did it, took it off, because I had to go sit with my grandmother. So yeah, I used this ColourPop Soul palette and the Funkhouser Decadence palette. I used these two, so I'm going to use them again to attempt to recreate this look that I did last week because I actually really liked it. So yeah, there's that. I have my brushes here. I have the palettes here. I have my setting spray here so that I can wet my brush for the Decadence palette to make the shades pop more. I dyed my hair this morning, which is why I look like a poodle lion, I don't know what right now. But believe it or not, I did this with hair dye, developer, and a little bit of Kool-Aid. I know. Enough talking, let's get into this look. So I'm going to go into the Soul palette first and set the concealer a little bit more because I didn't really as much as I should have. So I'm going to be taking the shade New Digs, which is, I don't want to blind anybody. Where's that postcard? Because it blocks the mirror really well. New Digs is this shade right here. I'm going to be taking that shade and putting it over the concealer. I had already started, if you can't tell, but I figured I'd do it on camera because usually I don't do this part on camera. I figured I'd include this part too. But this is the shade I sometimes, not all the time, I switch between this shade in this palette and the lightest shade, matte shade in the Bretman Rock and ColourPop palette to set my concealer. I used to use one shade from a Jeffree Star palette, but I used that shade all up, so here we are. Excuse me if you can hear the fan. Sorry if you can hear the cartoons. Such is my life. That's about it. This is how I set my concealer. This is what I used to set my concealer with, and I probably like, but there's like a tint of orange. That's how I like it. That's why I do it. And it makes, especially because I usually follow with a brownish shade or something like that. Brown, beige, tan-ish shades. And it blends really well. So that's why I start with that shade. The next shade is going to be, if I remember correctly, it was Dynamite, which is on the opposite end of this palette. Dynamite. So I use this one first, then we're going to go over here. And so all I did was I took this fluffy little brush and I don't know why I do a windshield wiper motion and then I do the little circular thing. And notice I did not put it directly here, just above it. And there's a reason for that, which you will see later. This fan is kind of loud. I should turn it off. I really do love these brushes. I think I need to get some more. Gonna buy the same brush? Yes, I am. This side came out better. So now I gotta fix it on this side. My left eye always comes out better than my right eye. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know why that is. But it happens. Anybody else have that problem? Pretty sure they do. But I have that problem often. So I turned off the fan. The next shade I'm going to be going into is one of my favorite shades in this palette. Ooh. It's just 3 lowercase O's. This one right here. So I'm going to take that. On what brush did I use? I know it was this one. I know it was this one. No, it was not that one. Because I cleaned my brushes, so I don't remember. I'll just use this one. Pretty sure it wasn't this one, but we're going to use this one today. Actually, let me wet that a little bit, just a little bit. Not too much. But I know I learned that, because I use this palette so much, when I wet my brushes, even the matte shades pop more. So I want the shade to pop, so I'll wet the brush a little bit. I mean, it's already a brighter shade, but yeah, because I wanted to pop more. I tied this scarf entirely too tight around my head. But like, it almost has like a neon effect to it when you wet the brush, because this normally doesn't look like this if I don't wet the brush. You learn something new every day. It kind of looks like an orange highlighter. That's why I liked it when I did it last week. Didn't take any pictures, so we're doing it again. This time it's on camera. I have a date on Saturday. That's right. She's dating again. It wasn't supposed to be, but you know, things happen. I really like this color when it's wet. If you have this palette, I suggest wetting the brush before you dip into this shade. And it like pops 10 times more. And it's so crazy because there's a shade similar to this one in the BH Cosmetics. Clean the bottom of this brush. The BH Cosmetics palette, the Take Me to Brazil. Not Take Me Back, but Take Me to Brazil. There's an orange that's supposed to be like a neon orange. And it doesn't look anywhere as good as this. Like, I love that palette, but man, the shades that are supposed to be neon do not pop for me, and it makes me sad. And then what I did was, I took a little dome-shaped brush. It had to be this one. Took a little dome-shaped brush. Gonna clean that off real quick, because it has some gold on it. So I took a brush like that, and then I went into the shade that's right above Ooh, Oh, whatever, and it is called Motel. So this shade right here that I hit pan on, which makes me sad, I'm gonna put that in my outer corners. Same thing with the shade. You wet the brush, and it's like, ooh, pretty. Like, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I can see it in the mirror. And the reason I mix these two shades together is because it's like a soft, it's like a slight ombre. Like, oh, I can see it really good in this mirror. Don't know if it's picking up on camera, but it looks good. Considering the fact that when I did this look last week, I did it in front of the bathroom mirror. This is why I'm like going, oh, that looks good, because I can see it closer. Like, it looked good in the bathroom mirror, but I can actually see the two shades together better because of this mirror. Ooh, eyebrow hair. Get off my face. Yeah, been finding stray eyebrow hairs lately. And apparently in my sleep, I scratch the crap out of my face. Like every night, not just once, every night I'm scratching all up in there. I don't know why. But this morning I woke up and my eyebrows were slightly bloody. I was confused. But then I looked under my nails and there the skin was. I apparently attacked myself in my sleep. That's the second time this week. Don't know what I'd be dreaming about, but you know. Apparently I make myself angry. And then I took the Morphe brush, the number's completely gone. It's a Morphe brush. I use it often. And into the brown shade, which is Unwind. This one right here. And also put that in the outer corner using this end of the brush because I only need a little bit. I don't need too much. Just to give it a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you can't really tell. I mean, I can see it, but it's probably not picking up on the camera. But it's just to give it a little depth, dimension, something in that area. One of those words. So I literally just draw a V and then drag it out. Okay, this is starting to look better than it did last week. Ugh, I hate when that happens, but I love when that happens. And then I went into the Decadence palette, and my favorite shade in the Decadence palette is called Tipsy at Noon, a shade that fits my life. I don't want to blind anybody. This entire palette's going to blind somebody. But the shade is, use my face, right there, that shade. The very first shade. I can swatch it for you if you didn't see the video. My nail is getting in the way. The one thing I hate about having my nails done. So that's what it looks like dry. And I'm going to show what it looks like wet. I'm going to use a brush for that. I'm going to spray the brush first. And then, so when it's wet, it looks 10 times better. And it's insane. I want a good swatch. And that's it wet. Like, you see the difference? That's the swatch when my finger wasn't wet. And that's the swatch with a wet brush. So I'm gonna be using this brush. It might be too big though. Cancel, not gonna use that brush, too big. Gonna use a smaller version of that brush by a different brand, of course. Again, I got this for free when I bought some glitters from an Etsy shop. I'm gonna take that shade on the brush. I know. Ignore the cartoons. Uh-oh. Somebody's outside, which means my dog is about to go ham. That's cute. It came out better than it did last time. And then I took the shade Floaties, which is basically these two put together. So this shade and this shade put together, but in a shimmer. So I'm gonna take Floaties and put it, it's gonna join the party right there. And now I'm gonna go off camera, do foundation and concealer, all that good stuff. I brought this in here because I thought I was gonna do it on camera, but I need my big mirror, and this scarf is too tight. Holy moly! Oh yeah, there we go. I'm going to be using this to contour my face and whatnot, which is the Funkhouser Highlight and Contour Palette. I'll be back. But it took longer than expected. I left the room at 2:45. It is now 3:35 because the lenses, my lashes, not lenses, the lashes, they didn't want to do what I wanted them to do. It was a struggle. It was a real struggle. This one's still trying to lift on me. This was the one giving me problems. Anyway, on my face, I have the Funkhouser foundation. I have the Funkhouser concealer, contour powder, and the highlight is Funkhouser Glow Drops, Funkhouser Glow Powder, and the highlight that's in the contour palette. Yeah, I use those three things on my face. So I'm looking real shiny right now. And I like it. I need to fix this right there. Just blend it. I brought this brow pencil in Korea, and it's lasted me for a very long time. I love this pencil. I've used, the rest of my brow is ColourPop and Benefit, mostly ColourPop though. And then I take that pencil and say at the front. That's how I do my brows. One day I'll come on camera and I'll do them for you guys. On to the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I'm just going to take Motel and Hotel. Wait. Yeah, Motel and Hotel. So, even because it's sticking it backwards, so it always confuses me. It says Motel is here, but that's not Motel. This one is Motel. So I'm going to take these two for my lower lash line. I'm going to be using one of these flat brushes. And I'm going to take Motel first. No, wait. Yes, Motel first. And put it down there first. And yes, I am watching The Amazing World of Gumball because I'm literally 5 years old. Don't judge me. Or judge me. I don't care. I watch cartoons. It's better than watching Love and Hip Hop. Sorry, not sorry. I finally watched one episode of that and I didn't finish the whole episode. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Now I'm going to be taking Hotel and getting as close as I can to my lower lash line. Like, dangerously close. And I read something on Twitter. I can't remember who posted it, but apparently you are not supposed to put neon pigments on this line. Yeah. Never knew that, but apparently you're not supposed to do that. And I see people do it all the time. And that's what I did. And then I didn't bring the mascara in here. I'll do it after and I'll come back and you'll see. Because I take the Funkhouser Variable Lash and the Benefit Cosmetics Bad Gal Bang and I put them on my lower lashes. Next is lip. For lip, I'm going to set this down so that I can, I have to figure out how I'm going to maneuver this so that I can, you know, put my lipstick on my face. Okay, there we go. I'm going to be using these three products. For gloss, the gloss is going to be different. When I did this look last week, I'd used Fenty Lip Luminizer, but I don't know where I put it, so I have to, because this is the closest, I'm going to be using this instead. So 3 ColourPop products. We have a lippy pencil, an ultra matte lip, and a ultra glossy lip. The lippy pencil is Duke's from the Bretman Rock Lit Lip Bundle. The ultra matte lip is Up All Night, and the gloss is Charming. So first things first, I need to open this. And this is the finished look. I like how it turned out. It turned out better than it did last week, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that didn't go so great was the lashes, and I wore a different pair of lashes, but when I was cleaning those lashes, the band broke. They were cheap lashes anyway. I got them for free, so. But the band broke, so I couldn't put those on, so I had to go back to my trusty dusties, and they were giving me hell. They really were. But yeah, about my hair, I definitely colored my hair with Kool-Aid, the Tropical Punch one, because we only had like this much left, and I'm like, I don't want to waste it, you know, because Kool-Aid ain't cheap. So I remember when I was in middle school, I used to dye my bangs without peroxide, bleach my bangs, and then I would dip my bangs in Kool-Aid to make them red or blue. The blue didn't really work out too well, it always turned green. And I decided to mix said Kool-Aid with the developer, and then I added the Korean hair dye that I brought back with me. I added one of those, a few drops of that, and mixed it. And it looked, I got scared because it looked super red, but it didn't come out super, like, it looked like Ronald McDonald red. And I'm like, that's not the color I wanted. And I was like, I'm gonna have to use it though, because I made it and I'm not gonna waste it. And it came out this color. There's still some black though, like there are pieces that didn't get dyed that well. So yeah, it's fine. It feels crunchy though because I haven't put anything on it after I put the bleach in it. After I bleached it, I let it dry, and then I went straight to coloring it. It smells like flowery Kool-Aid mix. It smells like flowery Kool-Aid. That's what my hair smells like right now. And you know, I'm at peace with it. Anyway, back to this look. I like it. I love it. I'm so glad it came out better than it did last week. My inner corners are the Hello Gregory highlighter, and his, so sad, his store is closing, or it did close. I don't know if it's still, I don't know if he sold everything yet, but I know he was selling everything for $5 or less. So, you know, if you want to go to hellogregory.com and see if there's still some stuff, you know, you can get some stuff for $5 or less. But yeah, I used that, the unicorn frosting from inner corners, and I did put mascara on my lower lash line, but only the bad gopping this time. I didn't use the Funkhouser Variable lash because I can't find it. But let me know what you think. That's it. That's all for this video. I'm going to go paint my nails because you have this, but then you have these two that are just like, so I tried to hide my thumbs in this video and it didn't work. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for sure for Face Chart Friday. And that's it. That's all. Bye.